Hey everyone, Colin once again. Welcome back to another movie review. And like I said before, when I did my epic round zombie croc, I decided to do a little change of scenery around, just for change. But yeah, I figured nice change of scenery for a little bit. Well, not all the time though, but whenever I feel like it. So back to another movie review. And for this one is a film that was released last year in 2015. And this is a film I was not sure first, but I was surprised by. I really thought this was a really, really entertaining film, and I want to get to more things about it, but what reviewing is Kingsman: The Secret Service. That came out last year during the Valentine's Day weekend. And the film that opened on the same weekend as 50 Shades of Grey. Of course, that film made a shitload of money over the opening weekend with $85 million. Well, this film opened up in second with a decent enough, solid about 30-some million, I think 35, 36. But I really enjoy this film, and it was definitely it was in my top 10 favorite films of 2015. And I really got a kick out of this film. Like I said, at first I wasn't sure first, but I was surprised by it because first off, this is from it's from the director of X-Men First Class by Matthew Vaughn. Now, yeah. He directed X-Men First Class, which I did not like. I did not like X-Men First Class. And then, of course, before that, he directed Kick-Ass, which I was not a fan of Kick-Ass either. Was not a fan of Kick-Ass, and I hated X-Men First Class. So for the director, I was not entirely sure of. But he surprised me when he directed this movie. And it's also basically like a comic book graphic novel, which I haven't heard of. I never followed up on the film because, well, I never heard of the graphic novel until I first heard of this movie, So I never read it because I never heard of it until I saw the movie, But this film, I thought it was really, really good film. I was entertained by it, and what I thought was, even was based on the graphic or not, the novel or not, but I thought this film was ways inventive. I thought it had a lot of creative ideas. Even some of the ideas that I thought was kind of like original, because things I've never seen before, and that's what I got. That's what I got a kick out of it. And I thought the cast did a really great job overall. He stars here. Here's your main cast. Here stars Colin Firth, which he won an Oscar for The King's Speech. Samuel Jackson, who I thought he played an interesting yet funny bad guy. Michael Caine down there, who's like the head of the Secret Service, and the guy who plays our lead, which is I get his name, Taron Egerton. I really liked him, surprisingly. I really enjoyed his character. He was not an annoying character what I thought it would be, but he wasn't. I understood his situation, and at times I felt sorry for him because what happens with this character in the movie, like the beginning. But I really liked him in this, and I thought he did a really good job. And of course, he recently disappeared in that movie with Hugh Jackman called Eddie the Eagle, which I think right now that film's not doing that well, but he's a star, lead star in that film with Hugh Jackman. But I thought he did a really good job in this film. Taron Egerton, I thought he really did a really good job. He was not an annoying character, however, he was actually really likable, which was one of the things I liked about it. The cast members, Mark Strong, who I also enjoyed in this film. From, of course, he was also in Kick-Ass, though, but other films, I know he was in the big flop, John Carter, he was at, what was it, the Thurn, the thing that character was. He also played Sinestro in The Green Lantern with Ryan Reynolds, which everybody hates. I thought I liked him as Sinestro. Of course, with the post-end credits in Green Lantern, him putting on the yellow ring, which now that ending will never be seen or heard from again because everybody hates that movie so bad. But not me. I actually like Green Lantern. And I liked him as we play Sinestro. And I also enjoyed him as an actor as well. So Mark Strong was another good addition to the cast. And even got a little appearance by Mark Hamill as well, which I thought was nice to see. The story, and then also before someone came out, it did get a lot of positive reviews. Had 74% on Rotten Tomatoes and a 7.8 on IMDb, and it made over 400 million worldwide. So it was a very good success. And now they're talking well, they're gonna come out with a sequel now, which I think I'll be interested in. I'm interested in seeing a sequel to this. So this is going to be released in June 2017. And they just recently officially came out with a title called Kingsman: The Golden Circle. And your villain's going to be Julianne Moore, really enough. Which I'm kind of interested to see, because I enjoy Julianne Moore. If I have made a list of favorite actresses, she'd be on there. I thought, okay, because based on how this film is and how the film goes, how that'd be interested to see her playing as the next villain in this. But yeah, I'll be interested in that. So yeah, I'll be interested to check out the sequel. It comes out in June 2017. And getting to the plot. Okay, it opens up with a Colin Firth, other group of like a Kingsman, right? And this for what region it is though, but. There's a guy who there's a grenade been thrown, and this guy sacrifices himself and saves the other troops, including Colin Firth. So he sacrificed himself by laying himself on the grenade, died a hero basically, and which he is the father of Taron Egerton's character named Eggsy. Of course, this is back when Eggsy was a little boy, and he was told that his father has died, and Colin Firth wanted to give this thing to his wife, but she says no, so she gives it to him to whenever he's ready to use this, So that's the part. It's part of what I understood his character situation, because his father died, and now it's years later, and he lives in this. He lives still lives with his mom and with his baby sister, but the thing is because he has an abusive stepfather, really abusive, who beats on his mom, and yet sometimes beats on him. He's going through a lot of crap for that because he loves his mom, and he loves his little baby sister. He really wants to take care of her, help taking care of her, but this abusive stepfather, who's a real asshole, just beats on her and then sometimes beats on him. And of course, he has also these asshole friends with him. So that's why I understand the character situation. That's why you felt sorry for him. I did. I felt sorry for him. And he's with his friends. They steal, I think, one of those guys' car, and he gets arrested, and he gets bailed out by Colin Firth because he had the thing that he gave to him at the beginning when he was a little boy, called him up and got him out. And he wants also once meets him in the bar, or as in England, it's called a pub. So there's chit chatting at the pub, and he wants him to. Colin Firth wants to see his potential in him. He's offering him the opportunity to become a Kingsman. And the reason why he's offering him to become a Kingsman, because one thing I skipped over is that also before we're introduced to Eggsy when he's older, because this is a place that's where in the snow, and Mark Hamill's being held hostage. He's this college professor, and there's this guy who comes in who's also a member of the Kingsman. So it's shooting all these bad guys. A lot of times with the fingers or in the head a lot. He was about to rescue Mark Hamill, but all of a sudden you get this woman character here named Gazelle with her sword legs, basically you say, goes and splits this guy right in half. Just splits him right in half. And that's another thing. This film is definitely R-rated. Definitely, this film is worth its rated R rating, which I'll get to. Well, one instance you just saw, the guy got cut in half from this point up. And another thing what I liked about was funny about because she's getting all these towels to cover up all the bodies, because what I liked about it is because Samuel Jackson's character named Richmond Valentine is that he's a type of guy, because which I thought made his character not just funny but interesting as well, because he in the film he talks with a lisp. Like I thought, how lisp, but he can't stand the sight of blood, otherwise he'll throw up. So Gazelle is getting all these towels and covering all these dead bodies so he doesn't see all the blood, And I thought this made his character funny, but not only funny, but interesting as well. That's what I liked about it. Samuel Jackson, I thought he played not only just a fun or funny bad guy, but he also played like an interesting bad guy. And also interesting about his plan is that he's also considered he's like an inventor. Said the word wrong. Environmentalist, because he sees that the world is sick and humans are the virus, or as he called, mankind is a virus. I'm trying to say it in his tone, but failed, of course. But that's what he says, and he wants to get rid of a lot of the human populations, so that it'll be less people though, but basically overpopulated. But he wants to downsize it so that the world will be a better place, I guess. So, because he cares about the Earth and he wants to do all this, so that's what I thought made him an interesting bad guy. So, and then we cut to back with Eggsy, that talking to Colin Firth in the pub, offer him the chance to become a Kingsman, and then he gets the asshole stepfather's buddies. They tell him, telling him, oh, you old man, to Colin Firth, you go get out of here before you get yourself hurt and stuff like that. And of course he leaves, and he says the line as he locks the door. It's like, manners maketh man. And dude takes his umbrella and hurls a glass right into the guy's head. And a really well done fight scene. One thing that I like about the fight scenes are very well filmed, or I would say choreographed, as I'm saying. Yeah, choreographed or filmed well. The editing, whatever, it's very well done. The fight scenes, like he hits one of the guys, knocks one guy's tooth out, or he uses his umbrella as a shield, and he has like a device for a stun. Hits the guy, hits him, and then just makes him flip over, knocks him out, or he has a watch with a sleeping dart. Or just how another one he device utilizes, like shocks a couple of the guys, really well done fight scene, and takes Eggsy to where his lair is, where the Kingsman is also a tailor shop, for suits and stuff. And he takes him to one of the fitting rooms and tells him to Eggsy, "Tell me, what do you see?" And he says, "I like someone who wants to know what the fuck is going on." Or another one where he's going all the way down. He says, how deep does this fucking thing go? And he says, deep enough. And then takes like a secret train, goes all the way up to this palace, which is really the main headquarters for the Kingsman. And you have these and Mark Strong as Merlin. He's one of the instructor. And you have all these people who are going to be trained to be Kingsmen. One of them is what's the girl's name? Roxy. And more of the guys, and they have this body bag that's on their beds. Like you put your name next to kin, whatever. And if something happens, I guess you'll be delivered to your family, I guess. And their training begins, like the first one, when they're sleeping, like the whole room fills up with water. And like the other people, like they try to make this like makeshift breathing apparatus, I would say. Using the toilets, and Eggsy, he goes and smashes the mirror, which Merlin says, Mark Strong says, well, Eggsy, well done for spying that was a two-way mirror. But not everyone was safe, because they see one of the dead bodies, which was another girl who appeared to be dead, because later on that the whole thing was part of a test, and if you don't cooperate with teamwork, that's what happens. So that she was an actress who pretended to be dead. So. And then the training, and I did like the training. I did like the training scenes. I thought it was nice to see. And like one part of the training is they each have to pick a dog, and Eggsy gets what's that little dog called, a pug. I believe that's what the dog's name is, a pug. Put one part of the training scenes where she is running with her dog, and can't be fall behind, so he goes and takes his dog and puts it in his vest as he runs with it. So other than the training scenes, I thought it was nice to see. They were nice. And back with Colin Firth, as he was going to see Mark Hamill, he was supposed to ask him some questions about the guy who died before. All of a sudden, his head explode. Now, what I liked about was, like I said, very creative, inventive ideas. One thing is I've never seen before. I would say kind of like an original idea, maybe, because these heads don't just explode. Like you don't see blood and brains, whatever. The way their heads explode is how it's like very colorful, like it's fireworks, because even towards the end of the film, you see they explode like it's fireworks. You can hear fireworks sounds, But and I like that. I thought it was kind of a really inventive idea, really inventive yet creative, and I would say probably original, because I've never seen that done before, and I really enjoy that. I do. And so, he gets out of there, he sets up an explosive, and he gets temporarily put into a coma, Colin Firth. And you see some more of Eggsy in his training, and they're just both controlling, like, there's a train where they're doing the skydiving scene. Skydiving, you try to land on this target, like, you gotta get underneath the radar. 3 of them are out because they pulled their parachute too soon. Of course, one of the part of the test is one of them may not have a parachute. Of course, it was Eggsy, of course, but because he held on to Roxy and whatever to land on the target, And then comes when Colin Firth does wake up. They review what happened with Mark Hamill, and they again put some clues about which leads to Richmond Valentine's Samuel Jackson, how he's involved because he has this plan, with his cell phones, like where he's advertising like free calls, free internet, free something forever, I forget, and which I thought he goes to see Samuel Jackson like a visit for like a dinner party, but he was the only one who invited because he's using a different name, like a donation for something, and okay, I thought that's another thing that made me chuckle, is that dinner is being served. He's sitting down talking with Sam Jackson and which the girl, his assistant Gazelle, is like serving which but that was kind of what he thought it would be something underneath the dome, but it wasn't. It turns out it was actually what they're eating for dinner is actually McDonald's. And Colin Firth says, "I'll have the Big Mac, please." That made me laugh. Host being served McDonald's for dinner, because I can relate to because I like McDonald's. So that was kind of funny. It made me smile and chuckle. So and then of course they were discussing the cliche spy movies because what's your favorite spy movie, like the old James Bond films, and how they handled that cliche I thought was done well, which I'll get to later. The spy cliches. So and then the next you see Colin Firth with Eggsy again, and they're back at the tailor shop, and they see Samuel Jackson having a fitted suit, and like Colin Firth suggested this brand of a top hat that has like a tracking device in it. Or another one scene where which it was in that same scene where Eggsy is where Colin Firth is showing Eggsy a secret room has all these weapons, a cigarette lighter that's a grenade, or with the old shoe and spike. So showing all those other gadgets as well. And since the shows they're and back with the training with it's just three of them, Eggsy, the girl Roxy, and this other guy, I forget the guy's name. I forget the guy's name. But one part of the training is that they were supposed to do like a secret mission, but was also a test though, and they get knocked out and they're tied to this subway track, and to, like the one guy who's also part of this test, like, tell me who you work for or whatever, and Roxy and Eggsy they pass because they didn't give anything away, and they see the subway train coming though, but they are safe because they go like beneath the track at the last minute, so they're safe though. Of course, the other guy he spills the beans, and Michael Caine is there and says, You're big. If I slow down again, you're a disgrace. Get out." So, and then of course it comes to the final part of the test, which Eggsy goes to talk with Michael Caine, and brings his dog in. I forget there was a thing where he named his dog JB, which was a James Bond, Jason Bourne. But forget I think they named the dog Jim Bowie. Yeah. And Michael Caine gives him a gun and tells him to shoot the dog. And but he couldn't do it because he didn't want to shoot his dog. And Roxy gave him the same test. But he didn't realize that it was another part of the test that the gun was a blank. It was supposed to test out how far away would you really go to? Would you really willing to shoot your dog and become a Kingsman? But he didn't do it though, and Michael Caine tells him to get out. And he was about to go pick a fight with the asshole stepdad and his friends, but he was in the cab, and but the cab automatically takes him to Colin Firth's house, and he's upset because he gave up the opportunity just because he wouldn't shoot his dog, and Eggsy told him, you did your dog to do the same thing, and he says yeah, and he shows his dead dog stuff. He says, "Mr. Pickles is there every time every time I need to take a shit." But then they tells him that the gun was a blank, and how cared for this dog for the years until he died. So now Eggsy feels bad about he tries to apologize, but Colin Firth gets called in to do the next mission because they find out with Mark Hamill they're supposed to like the one that leads to another that it leads to a church in Kentucky, and he goes there. And it's like a hateful church and stuff, and he was about and Samuel Jackson and his assistant like they're across the street in this building to getting ready to prepare and to test out because with the his he has a device with the cell phone. It's called a SIM card, and it'll carry like a strong frequency that'll release like everybody's aggression. It'll just make people go insane and tries to kill each other. Whether they have a SIM card or not, because Colin Firth doesn't have one though, but there was so many in that room, he gets controlled with it, whether he didn't have one. And this scene in the church scene, I thought was just utterly insane, really, really insane. It was just such an insane scene that, yet enjoyable at the same time. I really enjoyed this scene. It was so crazy, seeing how everybody starts just killing each other left, right, and center. Colin Firth, he's just going apeshit as well. He's like shooting people a lot, or stabbing, or blowing up some people, or one guy setting person on fire, or whatever. And of course, Samuel Jackson goes, he's like, I can't see this. You look at this, because he can't stand the sight of blood. So I thought and it was just very well filmed and very well choreographed, and it makes me wonder how long did it take to film this whole scene. I have no idea though, but I just wonder. I wonder how long it took to film that one scene, because this scene was just in the church was just so crazy and insane. I really loved it, and the song that was playing, I forget what the song is. It's like a down to how the song goes like whatever. I forget how it is. It was just doing a shit job because I forget what the song was called though. But it was like a sort of like a rock and roll type of song. I forget though. But and just everybody's just killing each other left, right, and center, and with an axe or Colin Firth is piercing people with a large stick and shooting more people. Blood everywhere and stuff. It was just so crazy. I enjoyed it. I just love that scene. And then when everybody's dead, he's the only survivor. He's no longer being controlled, and Samuel Jackson's just standing right out there and says, "I had no control. What did you do to me?" And he explains, but with a SIM card, and says, "Now," he says, "Now of course now this is where I thought he was getting with the spy cliche, what I thought was handled well." He says, "Now I'm gonna reveal my whole plan, and you're gonna create some diabolical way to escape." And he says, "Well, this is not that kind of movie." And just right up and shoots Colin Firth right in the head. And yet he turns away as he shoots him because he can't stand his hot blooded, like I said. And Eggsy and Merlin and Michael Caine, they're all watching as well from the view of his glasses. They all witness it. And the Gazelle is asking him, did it feel good? And Sam Jackson's like, "No, it's terrible. It's horrible." That's why I thought he was funny, because I like the way he was scared to see. He, like, he never killed anybody because everybody in the church killed themselves, so. But until he shot Colin Firth, though, but they say everybody in the church, they killed themselves. I thought he was such an interesting yet funny bad guy, but very interesting. Very interesting bad guy. But yeah, he's like, "No, that's horrible. That's terrible." So, yeah, but how he said it's not that kind of movie when he shoots. As he shoots Colin Firth, and he says, "Well, this is not that kind of movie." So now, Eggsy goes to see Michael Caine, which Eggsy sees on Michael Caine's neck as a little scar, which the people that Samuel Jackson he's selected to be a secret thing, to be saved from all the craziness. A little microchip that's implanted in the neck. He sees that he's wearing. He has that, and as which I like this part how he turned the tables on Michael Caine is that he pours him a drink, right, and as he drinks, and there was something in the drink that Michael Caine has his pen to send a signal that when he's drinking it will kill him. But he turned the table on Michael Caine is that he distracted him by pointing a picture out like one of the pictures of one of the founding members of the Kingsmen, and how he silently switched the drinks. He silently switched the drinks around which he drank it, and now it's gonna kill him. It's gonna kill him, and. And I like how Michael Caine says it was like as he's dying, he's like, "You arrogant." What was it? No, was it? What was it? Yeah, it was like, "You little arrogant fucking prick." So he goes. So it's just him, Roxy, and Merlin. They're on their own, so they have to stop them themselves. And Eggsy goes to assume the identity of Michael Caine's character named Chester, and they found where Sam Jackson and his party is being held. Like all the selected people that he selected that has the implant in their necks. And while Roxy has this suit that goes up into space to shoot down one of Valentine's signal satellites, so that way all the signal that's connecting to for the SIM cards, so it'll be disconnected, so not all of them will work. And so then after that, Eggsy and Merle fly to his place. He's in the party. He has to find a laptop to connect whatever for relate to the satellites. And the guy who was the guy that was with Eggsy and Roxy that were being trained, who was being tied to the subway, that he failed. He's in there as well, exposing him to everybody that he's a spy. And Samuel Jackson's watching as Eggsy knocks the guy out. And he says, like, at the end of the trailer to the film, he's like, "Son of a bitch." And then he's being chased by all of his guards are shooting at him. And he manages to get back to the plane. But he has to wait till what happened next is that he even though one of the signals got destroyed, but Valentine is reconnecting the thing with another satellite, so he has to go back in there. And another funny scene where Merlin has his gun, but when I take it, he's like, "Nah, this is mine. I'll show yours." And he shows him his umbrella weapon, whatever. And he goes back in there, starts kicking some of the kicking a lot of the guards' ass, and to the point he gets trapped to one point where the cell blocks us because of course one of the cell blocks is there was this princess that earlier that was talking with Samuel Jackson about discussing his plan. Like one guy agrees with him and she didn't, so she gets taken hostage. This comes to the point where the idea that I thought was really creative and inventive is that Eggsy tells Merlin to use the implants in their necks to make their heads explode, because everybody, including the guards, has them. So he does it, and Valentine's goes no, and then a whole bunch of heads everywhere that they had whoever had, like, all over the world basically, whoever had these things implanted their necks, all these heads explode, like very colorful, like fireworks. it even sounds like fireworks. They have that music playing. Da, da, with the how the song words, how it goes. But with that music and all the heads are exploding like fireworks, I thought that was kind of a creative and inventive because I've never seen that. I've never seen that before in my, I really enjoyed that. This is why I thought this film has like very inventive and creative. Even though it probably was in the graphic novel, but I've never seen that kind of thing done in a film. So I really do give props to this film. So then Sam Jackson says on the intercom says, "You motherfucker! You think I would be done with to put one of those in my own head? You didn't stop shit." So he's still going on. They have to take his like he has his like this bioscan on for his hand to keep on the things to keep on going because he has to take his hand off the desk as he's doing it. Everywhere around the world was the SIM card is going crazy, killing each other. That shows big clips from New York, Rio, even back in England, and even Eggsy's mom's been infected. Like she was instructed to lock her baby daughter, in the bathroom and like throw the key underneath so she couldn't get in. She's like pounding on the door, even gets a meat cleaver or just chopping at the door to get to her, trying to kill her own. What else? Like, oh wow, she's gonna get in there and try to kill her little baby girl. That's kind of messed up, especially with these SIM cards. So and then Eggsy gets to this really I would say a pretty decent fight, or I would say pretty but I would say pretty good fight. I would say with a gazelle, with her sword legs. I would say, but then he managed to kill her because with the shoe knife. Like, it has, like, the tip of it has some kind of a poison. He manages to get a single cut on her arm, and the poison kills her. And he takes one of her sword legs and just throws it, impales Samuel Jackson, and he sees that he's been impaled, and he starts getting sick and starts throwing, starts puking all over his desk, He's like this, and then he falls off. And then he talks and he's talking with him. He's like, "Hey man, this is where the part where you say a really bad pun." And he says, "Well, just like you said to Harry, it's not that kind of movie." Perfect. So, yeah. And then he goes to where the cell where the prince is at, and of course, earlier when he says if you say if I said the world, will you give me a kiss? I've always wanted to kiss a princess. And she says I'll give you more than just a kiss. I'll be right back. So and he goes into her cell, and Mark Strong is watching. And you see. And he sees what's about to happen. You can see an ass shot for one split second, and he's like, "Oh!" And then he closes the monitors as the music is going. And then after the parts of the credits, shows back his mom with the asshole stepdad and his friends back at the pub. Eggsy tells her that he has a job, including a house, so that she can leave him. Of course, the guy says, "No, you sit down," and says, "You leave." And now he's gonna do the same thing that Harry did at the beginning. He says the same thing, locks the doors, says, "Manners maketh man." Does the same thing that Colin Firth did earlier. Use the umbrella, throw the glass at the asshole stepdad. And even his mom's like. So yeah, I enjoy Kingsman: The Secret Service. I really do. This film definitely deserved to be in my top 10 favorite films of 2015. I really enjoyed the film. a lot. I was really surprised by it because at first I wasn't sure though. Even though I forgot to mention, even in the trailer, the first trailer that any trailer including the Red Band trailer is that towards the end of the trailer, the music that was playing towards the end of the trailer was a song, "Hush," which I was like, that's an interesting song towards to play in the trailer because, for what I remember, it was playing in the trailer and at the end credits of "I Know What You Did Last Summer." You know, now, 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 hush, hush, oh my, call my name now, hush. Yeah, the song that was played during the end credits of "I Know What You Did Last Summer" and in the trailer for that film as well. It was played towards the end of the trailer for this film. I was just kind of like, oh wow, kind of interesting to put that song. I haven't heard that song in a trailer for a long time. But I was like I said, I wasn't sure at first though, but I was totally surprised by. I really was entertained by this film. And especially I was surprised by director Matthew Vaughn. I just definitely his best film by far, more than Kick-Ass, and definitely more than X-Men First Class. Even though I haven't read the graphic novel, whatever, but I still really do enjoy this film, and the cast. I think the whole cast did a phenomenal job. Taron Egerton, I really enjoy. There you go, right there. I really enjoyed his character. I thought he did a really good job as Eggsy. Like I said, I I got into the situation that I understood his situation. I felt sorry for his character, and at the same time, he was not annoying or irritating, whatever. He was a good kid because he lost his father growing up, and even as a older, he loved his mother and loved his baby sisters. Tried to care for them both, but yet he's trying because he has an asshole stepdad. You know, and always beating her up, and sometimes beats him up. But he's doing the best he can. So I understood him, and that's why I also felt sorry for him. Colin Firth, I thought he did an excellent job as well, especially him during the insane fight scene in the church. It was just like, oh man. And of course, also saying though, there were talks that in the sequel that they would bring Colin Firth back. The first thing I was like, my first thought was how, because Samuel Jackson shot him point blank range in the head. I don't know how they could have brought him back, unless Colin Firth did something secretly. He knew he would die, or whatever. I don't know. It's just. Yeah, I don't know how. I just don't know how they would bring him back after he got shot. He got shot point blank range in the head. But at the same time, I am interested in seeing the sequel though. But that one part with Colin Firth, of him bringing him back, I was like, how? But other than that, though, I thought he did a good job in the film. Michael Caine, Mark Strong. I thought they were also very good as well. The girl played Roxy. I thought she was good as well. She was also like strong, not annoying as well. Samuel Jackson. I thought he played a funny, but also a very interesting bad guy. With his plan, I thought it made his bad guy character, really interesting. Very interesting. I think of all the bad guys I've seen as past in 2015 though, but I thought he's been played one of the interesting bad guys I've seen. Well, 2015 interesting bad guys. This film, of course, I loved Ultron and Avengers, so definitely the best villain I've seen though. But his character in this film, very interesting bad guy. That's why I give props to. Not only because he speaks a lisp though, but his whole plan, and though interesting bad guy. That's what I say. He played an interesting bad guy. And yet fun and funny at times as well. Like his character can't stand the sight of blood, otherwise he'll throw up. The score I enjoyed by there are two people who can do the score. Henry Jackman, which I have heard of. I've seen some of the films they did scores in, and Matthew Murchison. I thought the score was pretty good. The action scenes, when all the action scenes, I thought it was very well filmed, choreographed, edited, wise, very well done, and especially that the church scene, I thought was just crazy and insane. Definitely very well filmed and edited and choreographed, whatever. There's no way there's no way of getting around that church scene. I thought it was just full force on crazy. Everybody's just killing each other left and right, shooting or stabbing, impaling, or burning, or blowing up, whatever, or even sometimes fisticuffs as well. That's definitely the best scene of the movie. And also how like I said, it's very creative and inventive, which I enjoy, especially when the head's blowing up like fireworks, colorful and sounding like fireworks, and including with that music, especially more in the third act, of course, especially with the music playing. I was very inventive because I have not seen that before. The whole cast did a job. I thought the film also had a very good sense of humor as well. And the film is not that long of a movie. I'm just well, actually it is though, but it goes at a very fast pace. I was not bored with it at all. It's basically it's basically like 2 hours long, like 129 minutes, but it goes at a very good pace. It was not boring. I stuck with the whole story. Especially the story was also interesting as well. Story, interesting. Characters I enjoyed. Score I liked. Action scenes I liked. Very well done. Especially the church scene. It's definitely worth its R rated. Definitely, because it's very bloody at times. Especially the church scene again. And I'll agree with here. I'll agree with this what it says right here. More badass than Bond. Definitely, yeah, because for the spy cliche, I thought was that cliche. I thought the cliche joke was handled good. But I would definitely agree. This one was definitely badass. I would definitely say that. Definitely a badass. Oh yeah, definitely badass of a film. And also, I forgot to say cast member. I also forgot to say Mark Hamill as well. It was nice to see him in that film as well. He dies though, but it was nice to see him as well. But yeah, I would say it's definitely a badass movie. Yeah. The whole cast I thought did a phenomenal job, especially Taron, Egerton, Colin, Firth, Samuel Jackson, Mark Strong, Michael Caine, all did phenomenally well. And for director Matthew Vaughn, which I was not sure because of his two films that I did not care for and hated, I was surprised by him. I thought he did a great job directing. But I'm not sure if he's going to return to direct the sequel though, but maybe produce it. But I'll be interested in checking out the sequel, the Golden Circuit, and probably I'll be interested to see how Julianne Moore will play as the villain. So like, especially to a film like this and the villain like Samuel Jackson, I'll be interested in what kind of villain that Julianne Moore plays. Like what kind of crazy villain plan like Samuel Jackson did. I'll look forward to seeing that. And instead of for more of the plot, so like it was supposed to like the Kingsman here, and there's supposed to be like one in the U.S. and they're supposed to team up together to stop Julianne Moore's plan. Well, I don't know for sure fully about the plot though, but I think that's the basis of it. But I'll be interested in checking out the sequel. It comes out like in June 2017. I'll be interested in checking it out because I really enjoyed this film. It was definitely worth putting in my top 10 favorite films of 2015. I really do. I was entertained by it, and I saw this in the theater. I had a great time seeing this in theater, along with I also saw this along with my brother. It was definitely worth seeing in the theater. I really enjoyed seeing it in the theater. So I was really entertained by this film. Dynamic, stylish, in your face by the same person for the quote on this film. For features, has like a panel to the screen, education to the 21st century, super spy, 3 image galleries behind the scenes, sets and props. So yeah. Almost going to 15 minutes in this review. Wow. Better end this quickly. So yeah, that's my review for Kingsman: The Secret Service. If anyone still hasn't seen this movie, definitely check this film, and I highly recommend it. And especially if everyone's looking forward to that church fight scene, you won't be disappointed. It's definitely crazy and insane. So, yeah. That's my review for Kingsman: The Secret Service. Definitely well worth a look. I highly recommend it. If anyone hasn't seen it though, but anyone has, of course, you already know about it. So, anyway, thanks for watching, and stay tuned on the next movie review. Later.